Today we are making a one-pot chicken, broccoli, and rice dish. I'm starting off by searing my boneless, skinless chicken thighs that I seasoned up and cleaned before I started recording. So you want to get a really nice sear on them. After we get a nice sear on our chicken thighs, we're going to make a homemade gravy. So leave all that chicken thigh juice and then add in some diced onions and garlic and give that a nice stir until they are brown. So about 5 minutes is how long you want to cook the onions. And make sure that you scrape up all that good stuff on the bottom. You want that to be a part of your gravy. So just give everything a really good stir and scrape that bottom juices and crust up. And then once your onions are a little translucent and nice and golden brown, add your flour. I wanted this to be a lot of gravy, so I added quite a bit of flour. And then you want to brown your flour, so use your spoon to stir the flour and get the flour nice and brown, still scraping up all the remains that are on the bottom of your pan. Once everything is stirred up, I'm going in with some chicken bone broth, and I didn't have very much left, so I decided to use the whole rest of the jar that I had. I would say that it was about half a cup of chicken bone broth that I added, and you want to use your whisk to whisk that around so that way your gravy doesn't get lumpy. And now I'm adding in 2 cups of rice and giving everything a stir once my gravy has sat for about 5 minutes. I'm just adding in my rice. Remember, this is a one-pot meal, so everything is just being thrown together. I was feeling kind of lazy this night. Gotta have that classic bang the spoon on the side of the pot. For my next step, I took some onion and chive Kerrygold butter and added just a couple tablespoons, like a tablespoon and a half of butter. I was having the idea of rice-a-roni in my head, and if I redid this recipe, I would probably put the butter first before, but I still wanted that buttery flavor to be in my rice. So I'm just stirring everything, and then I'm going to get it nice and flat so that I could go ahead and add in my broccoli. I just took some frozen broccoli, about a cup of frozen broccoli, and dump that in there, and then I'm going to use 2 cups of water to cover the broccoli and the rice. And once you get that water in there, give everything a good stir, and then you are going to bring it up to a boil. And then I'm also adding in some chicken bouillon, the Better Than Bouillon roasted chicken bouillon, to add some more flavor. And I did also take some Knorrs chicken bouillon. And I did go ahead and season this up, but I think I forgot to record it. But I am sure I used like salt, pepper, garlic salt, and maybe like some Cajun seasoning. I just know that in this step, this is also where you want to season to your liking and season with your choice of seasonings. Then, of course, give everything a good stir. I find it so satisfying to watch the stirring for some reason. Then once I got a good stir on everything, I'm gonna cover it. I think I added a little bit more of the chicken bouillon, but after everything is stirred, just go ahead, bring it up to your boil, and then cover it. I'm using a piece of foil paper because I cannot find the top to this pan. But once it's covered, you're gonna let it cook for about 20 through 25 minutes. And once it's all done and your rice is done and soft, you add back your chicken, and this is my final result. Yum.